What's going on, YouTube? It's Q back here again with another video for you. In today's video, we're here with the 2024 Honda Civic Type R. Huge shout out to Honda for loaning me this for the week. Much appreciated. So if you've been with the channel for a minute, you know that I own the 2024 Acura Integra Type S. And this video, I'm not going to do a comparison between the two. Just trying to tunnel vision on the Civic Type R right here. So bear with me if I get off track. We got this gorgeous beast right here. 2024 painted in rally red, and this is my personal favorite color for the Civic Type R. It does have a lot of red accents. Love my red and black. It reminds me of the Chicago Bulls. Not a huge Jordan fan though. Respect him as a GOAT though. But this car is fantastic. Had I got one, this would be the spec that I would have gone for. This right here is, man, woo! Since we already reviewed the Civic Sport, we're not going to go as in-depth, but I'll try to highlight some of the things that the Civic Type R brings you for this model year. And before you leave, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell, browse the channel. Let's jump into it. We got the holy grail of all front-wheel drive cars right here, the Honda Civic Type R. And this car is such a beast. The way it's engineered, go check out some of my videos, man. This car, I give it high praise. And this is the first one that I ever driven in stock form, surprisingly. So shout out to the Topher. He let me drive his Civic Type R when he first got it. But he made some suspension modifications to it immediately. And we'll talk about that briefly here in just a second. And if you want to see a bigger comparison between this and the Integra, I got a video. Go check that out. And I'll link it down in the description as well. But for 2024, we are going to see the first thing. The price increase is going to be up $1,000. So now the Civic Type R is going to cost you $45,890. So I personally would have bought one of these, but they were very difficult to find at MSRP. And they were very difficult to find, period. But these cars were marked up. That's coming down now, so you can get these at a more attainable rate. And this is a lot of car for the money. Just the performance part of it is just wild. So let's see what makes this Type R a Type R. What's going to set it apart from the Civic Sport? As you see down here, we got the business, these wide tires, the 265s. Big Brembos poking out. But let's see what's under the hood. Going to see we got some ventilation on the hood so we can keep the engine cool, because that's going to be right on top of the engine right here. Which we got a 2-liter turbo, 4-cylinder. It's going to have 315 horsepower, 310 pound-feet of torque, and this engine just revs all the way out to 7,000 RPM. Great powertrain. Very robust, smooth power delivery. It just progressively revs up, and we'll see more about that in the driving portion. But this, And shout out to race car friends. He has the blue Civic Type R. He couldn't find the windshield washer fluid, and it's easy to find right here. Looking on down low, you're gonna notice the intercooler. Very easy to see. That red badge. This car, man, love these red and black accents. It just does this car. So, man, I just love the way this car looks. Red and black, man. Reminds me of a pair of Jordan 12s. We even got the black shark fin antenna. You rarely see manufacturers make that shark fin black, but it looks great. Great contrast in here at Honda. And moving on to the back, we're going to work our way on up to the front. You see the triple outlet exhaust, and then you see the huge wing. This is what makes the car to me. I want this on my Integra. I couldn't help myself. But this wing just makes the car, and it's not blocked. It doesn't block your view looking through the rear view mirror. So that's an amazing job. And we got a rear windshield wiper back here, because who wouldn't put one of those on the hatchback? You know who I'm talking about. So let me lift the trunk here, or the hatch. And the Civic hatch is very practical. Got a subwoofer on the side, my basketball shoes, and it's got a whole lot of space going vertically up. And we got our privacy shade if you don't want people peeking in the back of your Civic Type R to see what you got. Ample space to carry whatever you need. This could be a great daily driver. It is a great daily driver. Coming on to the back seat, look how those fenders flare out. It's subtle, very subtle. The front too, wide body. But the back seat, this car is, I don't see how it's considered compact, but we can fit up in here. And And me being 6 feet tall, I'm 6 feet today. Sometimes I'm 5'11", but I was 6 feet this morning. I measured myself. So we got ample space in front of us. We got at least 2 to 3 inches of knee space in front of us, thanks to these seats. These amazing seats. I'll get to those later. But see, we got Civic Type R in Boston here. If you got kids, they will reach your hands out and be touching you through the seats. Ask me how I know. Not a whole lot going on in the back seat. We do have the red carpet treatment in the back. Very nice touch. I really enjoy that about the Civic Type R. No vents, no USB ports, no middle seat. Got cup holders in the seat. Kids can fit back here and they will enjoy it, especially the red seat belts. If you need added practicality, you can fold the seats down to an unfathomable amount of interior space, going all the way back to the cargo area. And this, you can just carry anything in here. So many things. Coming on up to the front seat. Look, we even got vents, functional vents. They're gonna be everywhere. All these vents are functional. Front seat, we are greeted by, we got soft touches. We got Alcantara right here, or micro suede. And then it's gonna come in these door panels here. The red seats. This is the best part about this interior, the red seats. The contrasting of this red and black, cannot stress that enough, is amazing. These seats are probably the best seats that I've ever sat in. It's such amazing seats. Got Type R embossed in the front of the seats, and it's on the back as well. Armrest is going to be suede, black with the red stitching. The floor is dirty because of me. So if you get one of these, you probably want to get some aftermarket mats, because this has only been a few days and I got grass and dirt all on here. That's not going to be easy to clean up. So preserve your red floor mats, or just use them and get a pair, an extra pair. Triple aluminum pedals. This is only a 6-speed manual. Great, amazing manual transmission right here. Also got the red seat belts on front, because why not? Red is the theme of this Type R. You see the red badges everywhere, everything red. If you want to feel more specialer, you get the Type R plaque in here to let you know which number you got. Storage, center armrest is going to be a little bit of storage, couple cup holders, wireless charger. Got our infotainment screen, has color. It does have Lug R. Let me talk about that for just a moment here. And this is going to set you apart from its twin, the Integra Type S. It doesn't have that. Had to talk about it. So you can just set up, it has multiple pages. You can check out your G meters, your oil temps. And you can also set this for a lap timer. So you can data log, set your location, and just start. If you want to time your laps, you can do that. And if you don't know how to use it, it has all these different settings in here. You can change the color of the vehicle, 3D color settings. You can get blue if you want to. Let's do that. It's gang neutrality, guys. So Crips or blood. But if you don't know how to use it, there's also a tutorial screen in here, which I never used it, so it helped me out. So it can let you know how to use this system. That's what an infotainment system should do. Easy to use. The cluster over here is more of the same, but it can transform. You see, we got these LEDs. When you hit red line, that's going to beep for you. And then you can go into boom plus R mode. You're going to see the aggressive red. Red is the theme here. You love to see it. So it's going to bring our tachometer all the way up to a different display. So it makes just going to red line a whole lot more fun. Also, I noticed with the drive modes, we have comfort, sport, individual. And where the individual mode is in my Integra, we got this plus R mode. One of the great things about individual mode on here, it holds over ignition cycles, so it doesn't revert back to like comfort or normal over ignition cycles. So that's great. Or comfort or sport. Where's normal mode in these cars? Poverty spec mirror. Doesn't have auto dimming. You got to do that yourself. Then we do have USB-A, USB-C charging. Got a 12-volt outlet. Wireless charger. Let's get on to the driving part. Let's get the 2024 Civic Type R on the road. Start off in comfort mode. What I have noticed about this infotainment system of the 24, I heard a lot of people complaining about the 23 that had a lot of glitches, a lot of infotainment issues. I haven't noticed not a single one so far. And I noticed that with my 2023 Integra as well, my A-Spec Integra 6-speed manual. It had quite a few glitches with the infotainment system. In the 24s with my Type S and this Type R, I haven't noticed those same issues. So it looks like they did a software update. So this would be the one to do. And I just saw that tire pressure warning. So that is something, I ran into an issue with that. I saw the tire pressure light come on. I'm like, oh my God, now I got to deal with a flat tire. And on here, we don't have a gauge to tell you which tire is flat. It's just, if a tire is low, it'll just have like a low tire warning. So you won't know which tire. So if you got one of these, keep a tire pressure gauge with you. All right, let's get it out on the road. Gonna be kicking up all kinds of rocks with these summer tires. And roads like this, these craters on the moon, it is not a pleasure to drive on. It does damp it up okay, but it's more on the firm side. And then it's got such a low side profile on here, you want to watch out for these potholes or damaged roads, because you will most likely damage your wheel. You do not want to do that on this car. These things ain't cheap. Let's test out our turning radius. Can we turn? We know we can on the track, but can we do so for regular driving? Yeah. Yep. That was so close. So it's gonna have a great turning radius, because it's very hard to make that turn in one motion. Now, driving on the moon over here, actually on. These tires pick up a lot of rocks. This makes me cringe driving on less than ideal roads. A lot of people say these cars just ride perfectly fine. You must have immaculate roads where you are, because you'll see, it's just, I don't know. And that was in the softest setting. You might see the GoPro bouncing around if the image stabilization not kicking in. But let's go to sport mode. Gonna take it up just a little bit. It's gonna firm it up, better engine response. Make it a little bit more tight. So the dampening is very firm. I would prefer to not drive like this. My GoPro is just not happy on my head right now. It's like bouncing all over the place. And this honestly makes me motion sick. Like, I never deal with motion sickness until I got into a Civic Type R. So I swapped out this damping module. I wanted to make my Integra Type S sharper, but it was just too much to deal with. And it's fine for some people, but if you live on roads where they're just all over the place, just not perfect, then it's not going to be ideal. That's just what it's going to be. And that's why I drive in individual mode. So I have it set up for comfort steering, comfort suspension, R+ engine. Actually, I got it set up for R+ pumped in engine. You can actually change that. Let me turn that off. I was demonstrating it and somebody wanted to see what it was like. Just pumps in more noise. I'm gonna put that in comfort mode. You can also change what gauge you want to see as well. And rev match, which I automatically turn off. You can do that through the vehicle settings up in here. You gotta have the handbrake on or the e-brake on, but it's in the vehicle settings. First thing I did was turn that off. And why did I turn that off? This car is so easy to downshift rev match on your own. Unless you're trying to like beat track times, I wouldn't do it. But let's go into plus R mode in these little twisties. It's going to be the most extreme setting. Car's just going to hug the road. step out on you, or a car just want to step in front of you. Whatever it is. Oh, they see me in this red car. Just handles amazingly like it's on rails. This really feels like it's on rails because it's just so bouncy. Reminds me of when I was at Cedar Point. But let me dial it back to individual mode, so I'll soften up everything but keep my engine characteristics the same. Suspension is definitely over dampened in my opinion. But the power, all there. Gotta slow it down. Just cruising along, it's not bad at all. The road noise, you do hear it. It's not the loudest, not the quietest, somewhere in the middle. Shifter is pleasant just to roll all the gears, so precise. You never have a problem searching which gear you want to be in. It's just so easy to get it there. You don't have to second guess it. It's going to go into that gear no matter what. Now let us drive it at some higher speeds. Get it onto the highway. Go airborne. It's so fun to rev this all the way out. 7,000 RPM red line, it just pulls harder and harder the further up you go in the RPM. Dang. See how we bounce around a little bit. The damping is okay in comfort mode. It's not the worst. I'll let you know that it's a track car. There's no confusion about it. Effortlessly. You can make this car do a little, it'll step the rear end out. If you get on it going into a corner, the rear end it'll rotate. You gotta have all the traction control, ESC off. Gotta do the pedal dance. Check out my short, I'll show you how to do a pedal dance as well as in a couple other videos. Very approachable though. Even on the track, you can get it up to its limits. It communicates very well. Every input in here, very sharp inputs all the way around. So you're never guessing what the car is doing. It's going to communicate that with you. Steering communicates great. Suspension, amazing. You're going to hear the tire squeal when you get close to coming to its limit, which are pretty high. And ease back a little bit so I can give them some space. And then on the on-ramp, we match our highway speed. Here's a little bit of torque there doing so. That's what this car is built for. They sorted out this suspension very well. Engineering marvel, that's what I like to call this car. Because it does a lot of things that it's not supposed to do. The characteristics are front wheel drive. So gotta love the Civic Type R. The Honda engineers put their toe up in it, all up in it. Got that sauce. Then on the highway, it's not bad at all. It's a taut suspension, not over damped. Anything past comfort though, it's gonna get a little bit not to my liking. But then we can also do lane keep assist. It'll hold itself. You can do autonomous cruise control, or not autonomous, but it does a good job holding the line itself. That it has set the speed as well. It works in tandem, like two different systems here. We got the lane keep assist along with the adaptive cruise. You can set our follow distance. I normally like to have mine close because it is very careful on here. It doesn't let you get too close, even in the closest setting up in here. So if you want to take this on a long road trip, my goodness, these seats, how could I not talk about the seats? So comfortable. They'll hold you in place in any curve, any turn. while being comfortable the whole time. Gotta give it up for them on these seats. Thank you for these seats. I want them so bad. But yeah, on the long road trip, if you got immaculate highways, no problem at all. Where you get to these city roads where you got these imperfections, ooh, not so much. But at least we got comfort mode. And I know the Topher, he disabled his to where his used to ride like so smooth. I'm not sure what mod he did to where he just disabled the dampening of it, because all they do is like move the fluid to make it more dampened or less dampened. He disabled that somehow with some kind of modification. And yeah, this car was very soft, very easy to handle. Shout out to the older Civic right there. Let me turn this lane keep assist off. Drop a couple gears. Yeah, this car is just a joy to drive. So the king of hot hatches, this is what this will be. Definitely the greatest front wheel drive car of all time, arguably. I haven't driven them all. I can't make that assumption, but this has got to be it because it does so many things. It's an engineering marvel. Kudos to Honda for building this. So with that, I'm going to conclude today's video. If you got any questions, drop a comment, let me know. I'll try to get that answered. So shout out to Honda Gang Nate and Race Car Friends. They also have Civic Type R's. Go check out their channels, subscribe to them as well. They're on the featured section of my channel. And with that being said, I'm Q, checking out. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell, browse the channel, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out.